Well, hello, hello, hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. Want to be wisdom walkers, will be wisdom walkers, should have been wisdom walkers a long time ago, but that's okay. Everything in right timing. This is Judge Maria and Saroma coming to you with the astrology for self mastery for the last time, the last month in December of 2025. Now I'm going to do one more. This one is just for the first half. I do have one more, but it'll be the first half that I do of a month in 2025. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. This has been quite a year. What a year. And I have a friend who's in the hospital right now. She actually got admitted on the full moon night. Yeah. And this energy is so intense. And then another dear friend who was also in a very, you know, uh, very tense situation, but she's home now. Thank God. I got to talk to her today. But again, people going through these really, really, traumatic experiences that they just could not have imagined. Yeah. So, to everyone out there who is experiencing some great challenge, whether it's health, whether it's job related, whether it's relationship stuff, family stuff, car stuff, yeah. Just know that I'm sending out prayers for you, and all of us who support this channel are doing that. Yeah. And I am so grateful that we are here on the last month, winding down, preparing ourselves for 2026. Yeah. It should be another intense year, but I think we've learned so much from this year that we'll be able to navigate through it, I believe, a lot better. Yeah. At least that's my prayer. I know for me, last year this time, oh, I didn't even have enough energy to get through a whole day without needing to lay down. Like, yeah, it's time to lay down. And like today, I was able to stay up all day, even though I was awake at 3 o'clock in the morning for about 3 hours. Yeah. And some of you all out there, especially those of you who are empathic, know that our sleep cycle is being interrupted because there's so much energy coming down. Three Eye Atlas is getting closer to us. I'll talk about that in the second half of December's astrology aspects. But all of this really does impact us physically, mentally, emotionally. So don't beat yourself up. Just know that we are going through again the great shift of the times of humanity. And yeah, it's on, it's affecting, it's definitely affecting. Absolutely. So 78 Mocha Girl. Looks like somebody I know, but I'm not sure if it's her, so I'm not gonna say. Anyway, fascia flower shape. Okay, I like it. So let me open with our quotes for the month of December. December 2025 carries a feeling of the moment before everything changes. Yeah. Neptune stations direct in the last degree of Pisces. A full moon squares the nodes, and a new moon touches the galactic center. Oh my God, all pointing to a shift that's been a long time coming. There's a sense of inevitability, like we're being prepared for something larger than ourselves. Amen to that. Something that officially begins in early 2026. December feels like standing with one foot in the old world and one foot in the new. The story is changing and we're changing with it. And that, of course, is Astro Butterfly from her December blog. And then we have and this is going to be from Moon. Hold on, I've got to blow this up because I can't see the bottom of it. I'm so sorry. I hit the wrong button. Wrong button. Let's see if I can do it here. No, let me do it. Okay, let me try one more time. One more time. Oh, here it is. Okay. Hit the wrong one. Now I can read it. No, maybe I still can't read it. Wait a minute. Oh, I'll be able to read in a minute when this goes away. Okay. It says the month of December invites us to pause, look back, and reflect on how 2025 shaped us, making sure to honor the inner shifts that are not immediately visible, the choices we made when nobody was watching, and the patterns we outgrew without realizing it. It is a time to celebrate the wisdom of endings, honor our growth, and recognize how far we have come and step into 2026. And I think there's a little something more, but for some reason I can't read the end of it. That's unusual. My screen is never that big. I gotta fix that slide. I apologize to you. Next one, I'll fix that slide so I can read the rest of it to you. But anyways, from Moon Omens, and basically they're saying, yeah, we're preparing for 2026. And 78 Mocha Girl says, it's me. Yes, it is. It is. Daughter of Oshun. Thanks for tuning in. I like your new handle. It's cool. Yeah, absolutely. So we are in Sagittarius season, right? Yeah. Happy birthday again to all the Sagittarians out there. You all have such big, beautiful energy for us. We need it on this planet right now. Feelings and direction and peacemaking and goodwill, all that good stuff. Yeah. And we also, of course, have entered religious holiday season as well as Santa Claus season, but it's also time for Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and the new year coming up. So happy holidays, everyone. Now, here are the impact days for December 2025. For the beginning of the month, we have the 4th that already happened. Yes, yesterday and today, into today, 6th to the 7th, the 10th and the 11th. And in the middle to the end of the month, it'll be the 19th, the 20th, 21st, and 24th. So, not as many impact days as we've had previously, especially last month. Oh my god, that was incredible. November, well, it should go down in history. There was so many aspects and galactic events going on. It was really, really amazing. So, we're seemingly getting a little bit of a break. There's a pause, and there's not a lot of aspects stacked on top of each other this month. So, yeah, we got a little bit of a pause, but these are gonna be the impactful days. And let's start off with Tuesday, December the 25th, in which we had, yes, Venus in Sagittarius sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. Kick off December by embracing love. Isn't that delicious? As compassion takes center stage during this connected aspect. It's a wonderful day for falling in love, deepening relationships, and making new friends. So if you think back to the first day of December, that Tuesday, hopefully you felt good about it showing up. I know I did. I was grateful. Like we got out of November. And then on the 4th, we had that new moon in Gemini. And I did a full video on this for you because there was so much information. I knew I would have you on here for an hour and a half if I included it to the degree that I needed to do the special report. But it has so that moon, and we're still feeling it because it's only the 7th. That moon had so much transformational energy in it. It is no joke, and especially because it's Gemini and Mercury's doing his dance in Sagittarius, and it's all this good stuff going on. And there was also this mutable cross, which also is a an opportunity for us to really, really embrace and practice flexibility. Yeah, and to know that we're in a flexible time. It's also too about because the full moon was in Gemini, that it unlike other full moons where you can be like, okay, let me see the how can I say? Let me see the results, of the seeds I planted at the new moon in November. But this one came up different because it was really asking us to do some detective work. That's why you see the picture of those two Gemini twins as detective. This was asking us to really, really decipher, uncover, and be very clear about the truth of who we are now, where we are now, and what's going on. So it's a very slightly different energy with this full moon, not your usual full moon. And just from here, I wanted to say that it really was a time that old wounds that still need healing are triggered. And so we may be still feeling a pinch of that today. Um, and it's also the opportunity for opening to more love and intuition of the heart, to be more in alignment with your truth. Yeah. And as Lena Stevens from the Power Path said, this moon is both about celebration and acknowledgement and moving to a higher vibration, as well as looking at what still needs to be released so you can be free to move on into 2026. And this was a supermoon. It was in perigee, meaning it was closest to the Earth. This is the third of three supermoons we've had in a row. Again, that's a little unusual. It's also a moon that was the highest in the sky, which only happens every 18, 17 to 19 years. So it just had a lot of stuff around it. It's called the cold moon, um, according to indigenous wisdom. And I love this message from the Wicked Mystics. The cold moon is nature's reminder that stillness is sacred, that rest and retreat are necessary parts of the cycle of growth. While it may feel like the world is frozen, powerful inner transformations are happening beneath the surface. And again, spiritually, the moon asks, what lessons did this year bring you? What burdens are you ready to lay down? And what wisdom do you wish to carry forward into the next chapter? Yeah. Prepare your spirit for this, for the coming years in tension. So I love this too, because this is saying, get ready, wisdom walkers, to do your personal annual commitments for 2026. We have that coming up. Yeah. So again, you can and I did leave the link below the description box in my YouTube video to access that special report about the full moon, to get even more information and encouragement for the energy that it brought us. Yeah, absolutely. So let's jump now to yesterday, Saturday, December the 6th. And here we had the grand water trine beginning. And this energy, will stay in the sky. And we've had like five, I think this is really number five, because if I'm remembering right, we had at least two in November, um, including the one that trailed over from October into November. Yeah, so that would have been three in November. I think we had three in October, at least two, and then now this one in December. So this formation, this water energy, again, you can't make this stuff up. It's like we're being prepared for the water year of 2026, because according to the Daguerre um, cosmology that I wisdom keep, 6 year is a water year. Yeah. And so in this configuration for this number four water trine, we've got Mercury in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. And the Jupiter and the Saturn have always been there, but the Scorpio one changed up. Last month it was Venus. So here's the message for that. On December 6th, we have one more grand trine. Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces are this time joined by Mercury, now direct at 24 degrees Scorpio. With Mercury as the activator, we now find clarity, not by logic or external merits, but by our own internal barometer, how we actually feel inside. Mercury in Scorpio trine Jupiter and Saturn just knows what makes sense and what doesn't. Mercury becomes the translator of what we've been feeling but couldn't quite name. That feels right. This is what I need. This is a grand water trine, so it's meant to be experienced. There's no need to look outside for direction. What you're feeling now is the direction, and that's from Astro Butterfly. Great encouragement there, the grand water trine. And of course, if you are a mutable sign, so if you are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, I'm sorry, Scorpio's not mutable, but if you're one of the water signs, that's what I meant to say, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, then you'll really be feeling the energy of this water trine, and it'll last into the 11th. Yeah, we'll be feeling it. And so we get one of the water trine energies showing up. This is Mercury in Scorpio trining Jupiter in Cancer. Looking for a reason to take a break? Today's the perfect day for rest and some personal time. This positive energy encourages us to tune into our bodies, minds, and spirits for healing. Yes, that's what yesterday was definitely for. So let's jump to today, December the 7th. And here we have another part of the water trine, Mercury in Scorpio trining Saturn in Pisces. Trust your decision making skills today. You know what's right for you. Letting self doubt creep in could lead to delays and frustration. Yeah. So, again, just more encouragement to, listen to yourself, listen to your heart, listen to your soul. Like, you know what it is that you really want, what you really need, and what you really need to do to move forward. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Now, tomorrow on December the 8th, we have a square, and we have several squares this month, which is interesting at this time. Square energy is, again, a tight energy. Um, and it's not always a negative, but it definitely comes with a tightness, a tight energy. It makes us pause. So this one is Mars in Sagittarius squaring Saturn in Pisces. Energy levels are low, and this lazy aspect has us craving an early hibernation before the holiday rush. Skip the big plans today and just focus on taking a nap. Ah, I love that. I love that, especially when it comes on a Monday too, right? Because Monday can be so anxiety producing. So to know that there's an energy supporting us to take care of ourselves, I think that is just wonderful. Yeah. So now we jump to Wednesday, December the 10th, and here we get, and I gotta do some sound effect here. Hold on, I gotta do some sound effect because I'm just so very grateful. Finally, Neptune is going direct in Pisces. Yay! Oh my God. When a planet changes direction, there is an intensification of its themes. When Neptune goes direct at 29 degrees Pisces, that's the last degree, the very last degree of the zodiac. From now on, my friend, there's really no turning back. Neptune is completing its last leg of its journey to the Aries part of our skies. We're truly awakening to a new way of living as Neptune makes its final forward move in its ruling sign. Embrace the fantasy and dreams that help us envision a new future for ourselves. And of course, Neptune will finish its dance in Pisces until January 26th, when it moves very dramatically into 0 degrees of Aries along with Saturn. And that's the one I keep reminding you about every month. Really, really powerful. So here's some more message for you. Neptune stationing direct at 29 degrees of its home sign indicates that we are about to complete a major evolutionary cycle, a major learning process, and we have an opportunity to access a deeper understanding of the meaning of the entire transit of Neptune through Pisces, both as a collective and as individuals. The activation of the 29 degrees of Pisces, the final degree of the entire zodiac, is powerfully symbolic. This is a point of extremes, a point of both crises and opportunities, a point of impending change. With both with both Saturn and Neptune direct in the final degrees of Pisces, the momentum starts building toward the big one, the Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries in February 2026, and it'll be on the 26th. One long 65 year, can't even talk, journey is coming to an end because that's how long it takes them to go around the sun. And it says, pay attention to what's reaching its inevitable culmination, what's compelling itself so a completely new cycle can begin. The final weeks of this transit are an opportunity to wrap up unfinished business, release our attachment to outdated identities, illusions, and ways of being, and let go of anything that doesn't serve our growth. It's all here, folks. It's all here. You know, you've been hearing this from me and many other sources about we are in this time of great change. The Hopi say we're moving out of the fourth world of human consciousness and into the fifth. We've heard me talk about being able now to have access to the fourth and the fifth dimension in ways that we didn't before. More of us on the planet being able to do that. Yeah, this is really, really huge. And so, to all you Pisces people out there, just know that, Neptune has kept us very much in our Piscean state, kept us in our dream formation time. And now we're being asked to, open up to taking those dreams and allowing them to come into being and in new ways, ways that maybe we haven't thought about before. Yeah. So some of that kind of feeling paused. I'm not gonna say stuck, because stuck is different. This was not a stuckness, or at least my experience of it since 2011 has not been about stuckness. It's been more about, you know, let me pause and reconsider. Let me pause and open up to learning something different, something new. And so, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting in 2026 to see how this pause being taken away really manifests for us. Yeah. Yeah. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. Now, interesting, on this day, we also have a tight energy. It's an opposition between Mercury and Scorpio and Uranus, which is still retrograde in Taurus. Expect the unexpected, scattered, intense energy as unexpected turmoil could have us feel rushed and chaotic. It's a tough day for making holiday plans, as everyone seems to shy away from important subjects and sensitive topics. It's best to avoid deep conversations and planning for now. Breathe through the tension. Remember, tensions in life are here to provide friction so we can evolve and grow. Acceptance. Yeah, that's our mantra for that day. So interesting, as finally Saturn is going direct in Pisces, right? Of course, there would be some tight energy. But again, we can navigate through it choosing love over fear. Absolutely. So, a little bit more message here. On December 11th, 2025, Mercury is opposing Uranus for the third time this year. This opposition is particularly important because it's the last in the series of three, so it comes with some sort of conclusion or breakthrough. The whole saga started back at the end of October when Mercury and Uranus met for the first time. Midway through, the second hit coincided with the new moon in Scorpio in November, and now we reach the third and final chapter where the plot twist finally makes sense. Pay attention to any thread that started brewing back then and is now coming full circle. Given Mercury is now direct, we can expect surprising and to some, not that surprising news, insights, or realizations to land. Yeah, yeah. Again, so, good outcomes, good energy coming out of this friction. Yeah, so we don't have to stay stuck in it. Stay. Then on Thursday, December 11th, we're going to have a trine. So back to our grand water trine. This is the final one. This is Mercury in Scorpio trining Neptune in Pisces. Today is perfect for embracing the spirit of the season. Our sensitivity, compassion, and faith increases. We help others and ourselves through a tender heart and kind word. This aspect heightens creativity and spirituality from a very deep part of our inner standing. Yes, just lovely, delicious, delicious energy. And then on this day, we get Mercury moving into Sagittarius directly. But moving back into Sagittarius, but I wanted to point out that Mercury had been in Sagittarius, okay? And that was on November 9th, um, and the 10th. And it only stayed until the 29th because then the retrograde took it back into Scorpio. So just a reminder that, it's been doing this kind of back and forth dance between Sagittarius and Scorpio. But now it's entering Scorpio for real. So Mercury re-enters the Sag territory, meaning Sagittarius, after its retrograde wanderings in Scorpio. This transit encourages us to embrace an optimistic and growth-oriented outlook on life and inspires us to see the brighter side of any challenges or setbacks we may experience. Mercury in Sagittarius is an invitation to be radically honest with both ourselves and others and keep speaking our truth no matter what. This transit highlights the dangers of dogmatism and arrogance and encourages us to keep an open mind. So, again, as I've been talking about, let go of knowing, step into that place to understand that by letting go of what you think you know or should know, you're then going to be able to really get at what is true. So it's a really powerful energy, especially for what is going on in the world right now. Yeah. And I love this quote from Astro Butterfly from 2 years ago, but it's still relevant, saying, "Sometimes we need a good Sagittarius story." Mercury in Sagittarius is the storyteller of the zodiac. When Mercury is in Sagittarius, our mind becomes more imaginative and explorative, our communication more colorful and engaging. Our perspective of the world broadens, and we start to see the world through the Sagittarian lens of possibilities and adventures. Sashay. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Yeah. And then next Saturday, December the 13th, We're going to have a trine, I mean, a sextile, which is a flow energy, and it's with Mercury in Sagittarius, sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. As we close out this karmic year, expect to be tested on what you've learned. Keep an eye out for synchronicities and signs. What lessons from this year will guide you into 2026? Yes. Yes, very, very beautiful. Just lovely. And I got a comment that says, if one has Pisces Sun and Saturn, are they screwed? Not really, sovereign Sun. You're not screwed. What it means, though, is that Saturn is come to because it's Pisces. I can't stand being on no schedule. I can't stand making going according to somebody else's rules or time frame. It's just too much for me. And so there can be times then when I won't get things done. I could be getting done just because I don't like to be into that regimen. But Saturn came into our lives to say, okay, regimen can help. Regimen can keep you setting your boundaries, being more discerning, making better decisions about what does support you, what doesn't. It's like it's a taskmaster. And so for Pisces, it's hard. Yeah, it's been a rough time. I ain't gonna lie. But out of that, we have learned what? Yeah, that we can do it. We can discipline ourselves. We can follow through on a guideline. To get something done. It's okay. It's not going to kill us. We can do it. So yeah, it's very, very powerful. Thank you for asking that question. I appreciate it. Hey, Tracy. She's saying hi to the Wisdom Walkers too. Love it. Love it. So let's move now to September. I mean, September. Oh my God, look at that. I looked at Sunday and the word December, and I put them together and I said September 14th. So maybe something was going on September 14th, y'all. Think about it. I don't know. But now we're going to talk about December 14th. And on this day, we have a square energy, another tight energy, this one with Mars in Sagittarius, squaring Neptune, now going direct in Pisces. Try to stay clear of family feuds as we approach the holiday season, especially during this tense aspect. Lashing out in anger won't bring lasting satisfaction. It'll only cause problems later on. Yeah. And that's good advice for any time, but especially for the holiday season. Because y'all know it's the holidays when a lot of stuff can get pushed up, especially stuff from the past. And so just stay mindful and don't engage. Practice forgiveness, let go and let God, leave it to heaven, all that good stuff. Absolutely. Now, on this day, though, we get Mars entering Capricorn. And this is really powerful. Start tackling those New Year's commitments with potent determination as a planet of ambition enters ambitious Capricorn. When Mars enters its sign of exaltation, meaning it really likes being in Capricorn, our way to achieve our goals adapts a structured, diligent, and strategic approach. The next 6 weeks may feel like an uphill battle, but this transit gives us the power to climb mountains with grit and resolve. Capricorn, the sign of ambition and persistence, will give you extra stamina. So you follow through with your projects no matter what. Climb that mountain confidently. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Yeah, Pisces really, don't like no Capricorn stuff, but they're wonderful because this is natural for them, so we can learn a lot and be supported by Capricorns. I get my support from Capricorns. What I can't do, I know they can do without blinking an eye. So here's more to know about this transit. Capricorn is a sign of Mars's traditional exaltation. Here, the red planet's energy can be easily harnessed in a structured way and direct it toward our long-term goals and aspirations. This transit reminds us that the value of delayed gratification and inspires us to do what needs to be done to move in the direction of our visions. In Capricorn, Mars supports our capacity to take action with intention, direction, pragmatism, and consistency. This combination of energy supports self responsibility and self determination and invites us to cultivate endurance, resilience, and perseverance. Yeah. All of the things we've needed to get through 2025, right? Mars's transit through Capricorn is a wonderful time to focus on building the reality we aspire to experience. And that means, yes, let's focus on the new earth and let go of the old. Yeah. So, again, we'll be coming into Capricorn season, but you got Mars there leading the parade of things being able to move forward in our benefit. Yeah. On December 15th, Mars enters his sign to exaltation Capricorn. This is the most outcome oriented Mars. If you want not to just get active or busy, but actually get things done, this is your transit. Mars in Capricorn sticks around over the holiday period, which is great because this tends to be a chaotic time and efficiency is, well, in short supply. There's no such thing as overwhelm for this Chuck Norris of Mars transits. You name it, Mars and Capricorn will do it. In the weeks ahead, Mars and Capricorn will give you extra stamina, discipline, and staying power to follow through with your projects no matter what. Get ready to jot down those New Year's personal commitments and create a plan to make them happen as the planet of passion and energy moves into ambitious Capricorn. Over the next few weeks, we'll have the stamina and determination to set and achieve our goals. Time to seize the moment. Yeah, yeah. Good stuff again. So the next 6 weeks, we get supported and, yeah, moving things forward strategically. Love it. And then the last aspect for this first half of December, on December 16th, is a square. Yeah, another tight energy. It's the sun in Sagittarius squaring Neptune in Pisces. This transit can weaken your vitality as this energy brings confusion and disappointment. You may feel insecure, guilty, and apologetic. Dishonesty and deception are likely, so be above board in all of your dealings. I'll repeat that. Dishonesty and deception are likely, so be above board in all of your dealings. Entertainment, charity work, and fighting for social causes is the best use of your energy. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Sovereign Sun says, and using our imagination, imagination, I love it, to visualize new tech and energy systems, a little attention goes a long way. This is very, very true. And there are a lot of things out there that are not detrimental to human existence in terms of tech, that aren't in the regular news, but just know that people all over the planet are really working on making sure that we can keep this planet livable for the 7th generation that comes after us, yeah. So, even though by the cut off of the middle of the month, we get this tight energy, just know this happens the day before the new moon, yeah, and it'll be, of course, a new moon in Sagittarius, so that should give us a little lifting up, absolutely. Now, I just want to remind you of these really powerful cosmic energies coming into our lives. The first one, of course, is that conjunction between Saturn and Neptune. which is accelerating now, will happen February 26th of 2026. And it is about the dissolution of structures and systems that no longer hold significance, that no longer have a purpose. This alignment emphasizes the need to close cycles, leave the past behind, and learn to navigate transitions and uncertainty with faith as we prepare to enter the next chapter of our lives as humans here on this planet. Yeah, absolutely. And then I want to remind you about the grand minor magic triangle energy that from 2025 through 2028, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto will be harmoniously aligned. And these are the outer planets, folks. And again, they represent us collectively here on Earth. Venus, Mars, Mercury, and Saturn are kind of the ones that affect us personally. I think, Saturn act like a bridge because it does personally, but it also does collectively. But these three, the big outer planets, really are very, very powerful. And as it says here, the magic triangle is the most positive, significant, and consequential planetary alignment in our lifetimes and this century. Aries, Gemini, and Aquarius are most affected. However, this amazing period of discovery and revelation can benefit everyone. So, yeah, it's a reason to be very optimistic about where we're at and what is going on right now. Yeah. Hey, Daphne. Daphne said, I'm late. No, you're not. You're right on time. You're right on time. There's nothing wrong. You can watch the replay. No problem. Absolutely. So, my dears, there you have it for this first part of December. Again, a lot less concentrated and impactful than November was. So we can breathe a little more easy, take our time. I suggest everybody really get rest with the holidays. Don't drive yourself crazy. Use it as time for more rest than anything else because 2026 is coming. It's coming in, it's coming in fast. Yeah, absolutely. Quick promos to Malene K. Bell and her book, Reclaim the Sacred Self for Women, The Way of the Heart Protector. And it's available in online booksellers, as well as you can go to her website and get a download of it as a digital book. So that's www.reclaimthesacredself.com. And of course, I always promote my book, Wisdom Walk to Self Mastery, also available online, also Kindle. And I am definitely working on an audio of it, which hopefully will come out in 2026. Yeah. Sovereign Sun says, life has been great. Thank you. Wonderful. Live has been great. Thank you. You're so welcome. My great pleasure. Yeah. And Daphne says in my book, I have my copy. All right, girl. All right, Wisdom Walker. Tell him. So, again, happy holidays, everyone. Be good to yourself, be good to your family, be good to your neighbors, be good to the world because we're all in this together and we need each other. So you take care of yourselves. I will be back next Sunday to begin our going over the oh no, wait, let me stop lying. I'll be back next Sunday to talk about the fifth annual commitment, collective commitment that we had, which is unlearn. And then the following week, I'll come back and do some prep for doing our annual commitments for 2026. I will have a booklet out for you again. I'm also going to next week share with you some holiday movies that align with the collective annual commitments that we have been working on. So that will be some extra support for you as you're going through, okay, how good did I do? And I've already started that for myself, thinking about that. How good did I do? Did I do okay? What's here? What's more to be done? That kind of thing. And then I will do the last half of December, not on a Sunday, probably during a weekday right before or on the day of the new moon. Yeah, I'll do it then, so you won't miss that information. Yeah, great. And listen, thank you all so much. Thank you for listening in, for tuning in, for supporting my channel and my work because it is of service to you, which just brings me so much joy. And I really do believe that everything we do on the inside for ourselves is projected out to the world. So I want to thank each and every one of you for your commitment to become the best version of yourself and to live a fulfilling life full of those happy endings. Yes. Be well, be safe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye now.